Yeah, hello everyone, and good evening, good morning. You are watching us from. Yes, that nice time to learn, and it's so beautiful to be here again. Yes, this is the third time this year that we are hosting this business webinar, and of course, it's another season, it's another time to learn business values, business core values, and I can assure you that there are a lot of things for you to gain again this evening. So as we proceed, let's go on a 60 seconds break and we'll be back in full. Thank you. Thanks for staying. And once again, welcome back. All right. And tonight we are looking at a very, very important topic, and that is building a powerful online brand, proving strategies to drive business growth. Yes, that is the main theme for this business webinar this evening, building a powerful online brand. So it's not just about building a brand now, it's more about building a powerful one. Because in this webinar, you'll be learning the proven strategies that worked over time that drives business. Before people say, I'm always saying this is a business webinar like this. Your brand is not what people say about you. All right. Your brand is what people say. Bezos, that is the owner of Amazon. Yes, that is the owner of Amazon. Your brand is what people say about you, what people say about your product if you have been. So, from wherever you are watching us from, please do well to drop your name and the states you are watching from, or possibly your country, your name and your country. Let's keep it at that. Your name and your country from wherever you are watching from. Let's get to know ourselves. My name is Daniel from Nigeria. So just drop it in that at your name and country. And we also have people from Utah as we can. So now meet the host. Meet the host. My name is Daniel Ajayi. Some knows me already. We have a community, and it has been a thing for us to host webinars like this. My name is Daniel Ajayi, and I am the founder of Elite Damaba Global Limited, a digital consulting and technology company through website development, branding, and marketing systems for any business that wants to grow in any part of the world. Websites, structuring brands and running marketing campaigns across different industries, from fashion to real estate to education, non-governmental organizations, startup companies, and even tech companies. And what drives me and what drives my company is very simple. right? It's very simple. And the thing is, no matter the size, no every all right, apologies for the delay. That is just um, an IT issue. All right, so like I was saying, the goal for the company, for myself, is that simple because we believe every business, no matter the size, can become powerful online. We believe every business, no matter the size, can become so powerful online if the right structure, the right branding, and the right strategies are in a place, they're being put in place rightly. And that is why I and my company, we host sections like this to share proven strategies that move businesses from just being online to becoming unforgettable. Yeah. All right. Please kindly hold on. We're trying to work on some on the screen. That is how you are seeing a fixed banner. All right. So please just give us some few minutes to take that off. Apologies. All right. Without wasting our time, while we are fixing that, please let's just continue just this way. All right. We'll be looking at, like I said, we are looking at proven strategies that drives business growth. So let's take this first point: why online branding matters. You need something that we're really talking about. How can it really move a business further? Right, I'm on the slide two already. I see, guys. So how the right branding can help you move your products. How the correct branding can serve as a proven strategy to drive your growth. Because remember, people don't buy products. People don't buy products, they buy perception. People just don't buy products, they buy perception. Please, am I audible? If you are together, if you are connected, please can you send me just comment wherever you are watching from. Just comment wherever you are watching from. Let's be sure we are audible enough. Yeah, so I'm on slide 2 already, as mentioned. All right, so people don't just buy products, they buy perception. Visibility without branding is noise. But two, I'm still on slide 2. Why online branding matters. People don't buy products, they buy perceptions. And like I said, visibility without branding is equal to noise. And many people are visible online. All right, so as I was saying, people don't buy products, they buy perception. We are still going to get to the level where all this is going. All right, like I was saying, many people are visible online, they have a lot of crowd, but yet the impact is invisible. Identity part, being able to brand up that particular part of that business. Like I was like, thank you for. I want to believe this net. We are sorry for the ups and down. All right, so that is because visibility without branding is just noise. People don't follow you because you exist, right? People will not just click on the follow button, try to follow whatsoever you do because you are existing online. They follow you because you represent something. People follow you online because you are standing for something. When your brand, your business, your proposition is clear, I'm saying your brand now, your business, it is clear and it is compelling, your presence becomes magnetic. You know what it means when something magnets? That means two particular kind of things can absorb each other. They can attract each other. That is because the people you are trying to sell to and you yourself, there is there's an interaction between the both sides. Okay, when your brand is clear, your business is clear, it automatically magnets its own audience. It brings its own people. So that is what you see as branding. That is how businesses you see that are growing, they are thriving in their space. They've understood this part of their business. They've understood that visibility without branding, you are being visible, you are visible, but something is missing. People are seeing you, but you are still not getting reward for whatsoever you are doing, whatsoever you are selling, whatsoever services you are rendering. That is because the branding of your visibility is wrong. The branding you are applying to that visibility is wrong. Like I said, when your brand is clear and it is compelling, your presence becomes magnetic. That means people want to be attached to you. People want to buy from you. People wants to see you. Mr. Bright, please, we have comments already. Let's know if people are with us. Let's know where people are watching from. Let's have the comments displayed so as to be sure it's fine on YouTube and also on Facebook. All right. Let's talk in what exactly is an online brand. What exactly is an online brand? All right. Allowing the Busi from the public of Kure. All right, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Just pretty sure, the network really affects here, and we are trying to put a lot of things together to make sure every one of us get value for all that we're doing this evening. I'm trying to present this evening. I want to believe you have been following me, and even regardless of what has been happening with the network, we all are still on the same page. So please, my guys, continue to slide 3, and that is what exactly is an online brand. Online branding is far beyond, it's not just your logo or your colors. Online brand is not just your identity. I mean, is your identity. It's not just your logo or colors. It is your identity. It is your voice reputation. It is your experience. It is how, that is the main point. And that's the third thing. It is how people feel about you online. When your company's performance is not graphics, that is one of the key things I want you to take away from this evening's webinar. Your brand, like I was saying, I think I lost my thoughts there. See how to feel about yourself, how to feel about your product. Your brand is the emotion that people have, that makes people associate with you. Let me put it that way. Your brand is the emotion. There's what is called emotion, and that emotion deals with how people feel about a particular thing, about a particular product. So that is what branding actually brings. There is no business that wants to grow. There is no business that wants to thrive that will remove the part of. Now, let me throw this question. How to introduce you in one sentence? What do you think they would say? Right. So if a client wants to introduce you to another person just in a sentence, what do you think they would say about it? This is a question I want you to ruminate on, and see what can make you understand about branding. Say branding is how people feel about you. A brand, not what you personally present to them. What people say about your brand, what your audience say about your brand is what you are able to brand up your business the right way. You are able to let people know what you want them to feel when they listen to you, when they hear your product, and when they listen to you speak. The market will define it for you. Now let's look at four. The pillars of a powerful online brand. When we talk about pillars, that is what is making an online brand stand, right? What makes an online brand stand? We have clarity, and I'm already taking you to the practical section of all these things. All right, pillars of a powerful online brand. All right, we have clarity. Clarity. Make your audience know who you are and who you serve. If you all remember in the second webinar we had, you cannot satisfy everybody. Your your product determines the kind of business, and what is on your mind is about serving everybody. There is no brand that easily thrives on that. What your product is and who that particular product can serve. That is the two things. What the product is all about. You need to understand that product. I do say this in every of my, every of my speaking engagement. You need to understand that time to bring clarity to that. Know your product. It is by knowing your product that you know who you want to serve. Keep saying, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy, and nobody is buying. That is basically because you are selling to the wrong people. You are selling to the wrong audience. So even if you are chasing 10 million, you can be chasing the wrong 10 million. You can be chasing the wrong people, and eventually it still amounts to zero. With all the energy you put into that, it is still amounts back to zero. That's why you need to understand your product. Understand this is what all these thriving companies understand and they are putting in place. So as a startup business, as a growing business, these are things that you need to apply into your business. Know your product, and even if you have known your product, get to know who you serve. Get to know who you want to serve. And I'm talking about who you want to serve. I'm talking about who you want to sell that particular product to. All right. Now we have consistency. To the second stage, which is consistency. That means and over again. Being at the faces of this audience that you know you want to serve over and over and over again. This is what consistency means. That means you are putting your products, you are putting your services in the face of those you have categorized. It will be hard for you to be consistent because you can't be consistent in what you feel is not even working. All right, what you know is not working, it brings tiredness to want to continue. But when you have you understood your product, you know who you are, you know the service you are rendering, and you know those are the faces of these your people being at the faces of your audience over and over and over and over again. Then that takes you to the third pillars. It's the third pillar of building a powerful online brand, and that is authority. That is authority and trust. There is no business that grows without trust. We are seeing the third pillars, the pillars of a powerful online brand. That is the third point: credibility, authority, and trust. You need to gain authority in that present field that you have, that particular field that you are. You need to dominate that field. Let people know that you know what you are, that you really, really are into what you are bringing to their faces. Remember the process from clarity to consistency to credibility. Then we have the fourth pillar of a powerful online brand, and that is audience loyalty. Audience loyalty. Every strong brand stand on these four pillars. Yeah. We are going to see a way in which we can make this presentation, this document available to to public, because there are a lot of things we all need to still go back on and understand. Right? Every strong brands stand on these four pillars. Clarity gives you direction. Find those that you serve, it gives you direction. Clarity gives you direction. Consistency gives you recognition. Okay. Credibility builds trust. And to explain this well, clarity gives you direction. When you know who you are, you know your product, it gives you direction automatically. Then consistency, being at the faces of your audience, gives you recognition. That means people are getting to know you. And when you keep on showing at the faces of your audience, people are seeing you. When they see a product, they already know that to this person, this is the solution this product is bringing. It gives you recognition. Then credibility builds trust. When people can trust you, is one of the pillars of building a powerful online brand. Then community, having audience, having people who are ready, who are always ready. And for you to have people that are ready, is because you are targeting the right audience. In a business where no client is coming, no client is forthcoming, it makes you become tired and you start feeling, is this business even for me? Do I really need to do this? It is because you've not understood these four pillars of a powerful online brand. But when a community that people can refer you easily, you want to see into that business, your brand identity. that there is a way to define your brand identity. There is a way to make your own particular business stand out, even if there are 1 million photographers, even if there are 1 million caterers, even if there are 1 million web developers, if there are 1 million fashion designers, you can design and define your own brand identity. What from your mission and values? How to define your own brand identity? It comes from your own mission and values. Every business that is serious, every business in 2025, yes, I have a lot of people when I walk into their office, I see the banner, I see the what's it called frame that includes their mission, their values. These are needs some organization, your mission, right? And your values. Then we now have another beautiful one that is your unique promise or difference. It is a beautiful way of winning any market that you are. I'm always saying some of these things in my business webinars. Your unique promise, fashion designers in your state. Now there are more than 1,000 developers, more than 500 photographers in your state. What unique promise are you ready to give to your customers? Yes. What unique promise or what difference are you bringing to the table for them? Why should they choose you over every other photographers? Why should they choose you over every other web developer? Why should they choose you over every fashion designers? You need to have your own unique promise or difference. Don't deliver it, you get two. I don't know if it is Domino's or one other company. I really can't. I'm not really sure of it. But if they are letting you know that if they don't deliver this at the given time, you get an additional, making times two of what you ordered. And they have been standing with that. That is the unique promise. And that is the difference. They're not the only one that makes that particular thing they're selling. But that is the unique promise, and that is one of the ways in which they're selling different. Remember, there might be other things, not just one. Your unique promise or difference. Your brand tone. Your brand tone. That is one of the beautiful parts of run. When you speak to people, do you want to sound bold? Do you want to sound friendly? Do you want to sound friendly? Do you want to sound premium? It comes to premium. You want to stand. Want to, you want to sound like you are in the whole of Ghana. You're the only one doing this in the whole of South Africa. All right, depending on whatsoever you are selling. So now move to let's move to the next thing and optimize your digital assets. Your profile pictures. Your digital assets are your profile pictures, one after the other. Optimize your digital assets. All right. Profile pictures. As a business owner, most times, as a brand strategist, there are a lot of times when we have clients that come for consultation or they want us to work on one part of their business. starting from what they have on their, these are where errors are coming from. There is nothing stopping you from getting a professional headshot for yourself. For yourself. So if you cannot get a professional picture for yourself, how is it possible for you to get professional pictures for your product? These are the little things that matters. Your focus brand and is making so many other companies that you should be competing or competing are what we all are missing out. And that is why this webinar is for you. So that profile picture that you know is not professional enough, see there, it is right time for you to change it. It is the best time for you to work on that picture. Right? Now we have website landing page. There's some content. I just see it when some of us wants to build our website, want to build your landing page. You just trust anybody to actually just write your content for you. There are ways you can write content that when users read those content on your website, it automatically makes them become emotional. Make them emotional to your brand. They are seeing reasons why they want to buy from you. You are making them see reasons why they need to read all through whatever you have on your landing page or on your website. And remember, all those things would not happen if you don't pay close attention to all of these things. Yes, it will not work if you don't pay attention to all of these things. Remember, the reason why these things might look small, but the reason why this is important is because your first impression online, is silent. Your first impression online is silent. It happens even before you speak. People, when they come into my DM to no clients, when they come into when we start chatting about one thing or the other you wish my company wants to do for them, the first thing that has always been standing out is always I went through your profile. I went to your profile. I've always been the comments. I went to your profile. I saw what you are doing there. I love everything. Most times I will just pick my phone again and I'll just start there, just trying to browse through and all of that. But I have ensured to build this page, to build this account professionally because I know a lot of people might just come across my page at any time. A lot of people even after they're in my to be sure of the kind of content I put out there. And I'm always proud to share it. That is because I have taken my time to build a because I understand that my first impression online is very, very important. It might be silent, but it happens. It works. Even before talking about your profile picture, your content, if your digital asset looks uncoordinated, no, if it looks uncoordinated when they look at your bio, it doesn't look coordinated. People assume your service are also unstructured. People also assume that your services are unstructured. And that is coming because from your profile picture, they're already seeing error. From your profile pictures, there are error. From your bio, there are error. From the kind of content you post, they are seeing errors. They assume that whatever service you also want to render to them, there must be an error. And of course, 99% of the time, it is always true. It is always true. Now let's look at, in this webinar, one of the things I've always been able to do is we find problems and we give solutions. If you have been following me since, you see that that is one of the things I've been trying to bring to you. That's one your friend is very important. Let's go to slide 8 as an authority in your feed. Number one, teach and not just talk. Teach and not just talk. There are some times you need to educate people about your service. This is one of the ways to position yourself as an authority in that brand. that you in that business you are running. And that is how to term as an authority. People see as someone when they have an issue on how you've always spoken videos, teach, maybe days of the week that you talk about problems that website is always, website issues. Yeah, let me put it like that. There are days where you talk about website issues and how to solve them. There are days when you talk about why a business, business, why this kind of business needs a website. You are in authority that this is why this posture is good. If it's for birthday, if it's for birthday, and let people know that okay, for weddings, you can try this posture. You are seeing all of these things. You're telling them how to handle a camera. You're telling them how to smile, where to actually look into when they are trying to snap. Right? Maybe you're trying to snap, you are teaching people how where to actually look into when it's time to snap. All these things are what makes you gain authority in that feed and can eventually land you a lot of deals, interest of your customers in mind. Remember, teach, not just talk. You don't every time you come and advertise your business, educate people. Second thing, results. Share this result. Can I share this result? Can I share this thing to my audience? Ask them and share results. Let people know that okay, truly, truly, you are delivering what you are promising. And that takes us to the third things. These things are very, 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 very. All right. I don't know. Maybe we have comments on Facebook, have comment on Insta, any stone untouched. All right. Mr. Bright, I think guys, do we have comments? Let's be sure nobody is nobody is, you dropped anybody by the way. Right. So I'll be proceeding. So, like I said, people don't follow brands. People don't just follow brands, they follow value. People don't just follow brands, they follow value. Your content must also solve issues. Yeah, I understand. Network issues. Uh, you don't know. Well, we know the recording for this session is going to be available and it's going to be more clearer. We apologize for the network half dominion over. So your content must educate, it must inspire, and it must also, when people learn from you, they trust you without negotiation. When people when people learn from you, you're educating them, automatically they learn from you. All right. Sorry for the sorry for the break. I was just caught. I've been saying a lot of things, not knowing network was off. There are just some things that you know we don't have power over. We don't have power over. So we tried our best to make sure the network was really stable. I don't know if you are following us. Let's know the last thing you heard from the comment on YouTube, on Facebook. Let's know we are together. Let me use that to check some of the things I've discussed. If we're on the same page, I know I've spoken about content that positions you as an authority. Please just confirm if where I talked about teach and not just talk. Let me be sure that we were we were visible. I mean, I was audible up to that level. I also talked about showing process and not. Let me be sure that we all got that. I already spoke about your brand identity, defining your brand identity. Where I spoke about your mission, uh, and values, your unique promise. Let me be sure that we all are on the same page. Please, why am I not seeing response? I'm not seeing responses. All right, I'm asking a question. Oh, let me be sure. Let me be sure. Let me be sure. All right, have I discussed before my network went off? Did I discuss about content that positions you as an authority? Okay. I mentioned share results, not just routines. I mentioned people don't just follow brand, they follow value. I also talked about your content must educate. Your content must educate and no inspire. So I think I will just take it up from there. I will just take it up from there. Yeah, your content must educate, inspire, and solve problems. Because when people learn from you, they trust you without negotiation. When people learn from you, they trust you without negotiation. Yeah. Slide 8, I mean 9. Then build trust with social proof. Build trust with social proof. That is with your testimonials. With your testimonials, you build trust. Testimonies. Get testimonies from people behind the scenes of what you are doing. That is what you can use for case studies. You can show behind the scenes of a services or a service you are rendering behind the scenes. You can also share before and after. Share before and after of of the service you are rendering. And I'm always very particular about that particular that particular one. Yeah. Before and after transformations of any product or any service you are working on. Then there's media features and certifications. When there's a media presentation of what you do, it might be presented by big companies or by just the client you work for. It's better for you to just have it posted, reshare. All of that makes it very beautiful for people to want to associate them in branding. When it comes to branding, when it comes to business, you are not the credibility. You are not the credibility. Telling people that the best, I can do this, I can do this. That is not your credibility. The results are So these are help your product. Use your stories to sell your product. Use comments. Use comments. Use live sessions like this to sell your services. Use use live sessions, liveness. All right. The strongest brand are not just being followed. It's no more just not about followed. They are believed in. People believe in your brand. They trust that this guy can deliver. This person, this company can deliver. That is what makes you a strong brand, not just by the number of followers that you have. All right. Don't aim to be popular. Don't aim to be so popular, even though it's very good. But that is not the aim. The aim should be for you to be fully trusted. The aim is for you to be fully trusted and not just popular. All right. Turning brand into sales. Turning brand sales. So don't just be particular about selling. Position offer solution. Yes, if you are close to me, that's one of the things I keep on slide 10. I see guys. Yeah. So the strongest brand uh, uh I think I'm talking about not just selling now. Yes, thank you. That is the slide. Turning brand into sales. Position your offer as a natural solution. Don't just sell. All right. Let sell the solution, not just the product. Let them see the reason why that product is very, very needed for them. All right. Move people from content. Move people that's another selling point. Move people from just content. Move them from content to conversation. That content you are posting, move it to having conversation with them. And from conversation, it leads to conversion. You know, when I write comments on my post on Facebook, start a conversation. Because when I'm conversing with you, the end point is for you to come and buy. The end point is for me to sell to you, and automatically it ends in your branding is done right. Your offer does not just feel like a pitch. All right. When let me explain this well. When your branding is done right, when people can, when there's emotion behind whatever you sell, when there's a feeling behind whatever you sell. When you're advising people, it's not going to be as if you are pitching to them, be as if you are pitching. It's not going to be as if you're advising them when your branding is right. Oh, not be as if you are pitching. It's going to feel to them like it is the next step that they need to take. No, this is not done right. Everything I have been saying since you understood the populace of branding, everything. When your branding is right, your offer does not feel like a pitch. A pitch is different. When you are pitch, that means you are thinking, will this person go for it? Will this person you pitch to people and then your branding is right and then you are talking, it does not just feel like pitch. It feels like the next step that people need to take. Now I have a very important quick brand audit for you. A very important quick brand audit. Is your brand clear? The question I need you to ask yourself. Brand clear? Consistent? Is your brand clear? Your brand identity, your brand vision, your brand mission. Is it clear? Is it consistent? Your branding, your posting, the way you have been growing your brand, is it consistent? Is your brand credible? That is credibility. Is it credible enough for people to want to trust you? And lastly, is your brand memorable? Is your brand memorable? When people see your product, when they hear about you, they hear about your product, they've even used your product before. Is this something they always want to remember? Is this something that they can remember easily? You sold to somebody today, somebody saw your post date that okay, I think the person that owns this one, they see the same person that owns this one. Can they really? There's way you make your product memorable. So ask yourself the questions it memorable, because before you ask for more visibility, because you say, okay, I want to be visible, I want people to know me. If you Before you ask for visibility, check if your brand is ready to be seen. Check if your brand is ready to be seen. This checklist, all these things I've listed, it keeps you accountable. Make use of the comment section. Either you're watching from Facebook, you're watching from YouTube, please make use of the comment section so that your question can be displayed. All right. Remember, people don't buy the best products. Okay. People don't buy the people don't buy the best products. They buy brands. People buy brands. People don't just buy the best products. They buy the brands they connect with. Your online brand is not just your online presence. It's not just your presence. It's your power. All right, it's your power. If you build it with intention, the market is going to reward you with attention. Right. So, like I said, I'll come again to be. Okay, it's your power. It's your power. If you build it with intention, like you are following everything that has been mentioned here, with intentionality, the market will reward you with attention. Like I said, when attention comes, you convert it to conversation. And from that conversation, you convert it to conversion, which means closing a deal. I want to believe we have been able to I want to believe we have been able to learn one or two things from the webinar. Maybe I've been able to learn one or two things from the webinar. And this webinar is brought, yes, let's have that slide again. This webinar is brought to you by Elite Dambaba Global Limited. I am just the host, all right? So it's brought to you by Elite Dambaba Global Limited, and it is a digital consulting and technology company that provides services like website development, branding, and we host infrastructures and also marketing strategies. We provide marketing strategies, solutions for startups, SMEs, and established organizations. So you can always check us out. You can always check us out on Facebook, on Instagram Limited. I want to believe you've been able to get a lot of things from this webinar. This webinar, as soon as we are done, it is going to be live. I mean, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. It's going to be there, which you can always go back to. Okay, I think I am seeing a question. Can we display can we display the question before we call it a day off? I think I'm seeing a question. Please, can you take off the a bit clearer? Okay, I'm trying to get the question. Okay, I think I'm seeing what makes what are the key elements? All right, I'm sorry. What are the key elements that make an online brand stands out in today's crowded digital space? What are the key elements that uh, makes an online brand stand out in today's crowded digital space? Sure, I do say this. There is no business that cannot flourish. I do say that there is no business that cannot grow, in as much as you are ready to serve the right audience, in as much as you understand that product you are selling. You know, in the last webinar, I said, no matter the product you are selling, there is always a market for it. There's always a market for it. So my answer for you is not too much. It's not too hard. It's just a simple answer. Look unique. That is one of the things that make you stand out. Look unique. And that is one of the things I mentioned earlier in the webinar. Have your unique selling proposition. Have your unique selling promise and difference. That is what makes you unique. All right. That is what makes you unique. Through my slide, there's a particular word I use. Your unique promise. Yes, your unique promise or difference. That, that is what makes your company stand out in the digital crowded space. Look unique. Speak and sell consistently. There's another keyword. Speak and sell consistently is one of the ways to make you stand out. Also, deliver valuable content. Don't. This is one of the errors that a lot of people make when you post. When you post, all these things are wrong. When you post, you just attach any content that comes to mind. That is not how it should be. Deliver valuable content, build trust, and also connect emotionally with your audience. And there's an easy way. There's and that makes you connect emotionally to your audience, right? So it's been, this seminar is one of the, I would say, one of the tough ones I ever had. Very sure there are a lot of things that you have been able to gain in tonight's webinar. Like I was saying before the questions came in, this video is going to be dropping immediately after the webinar now. This video is going to be dropping immediately after the webinar now, and we can easily find it there. Then you go over it and over again. Meanwhile, we have two webinars that we have done. There are two webinars that we have done even before this particular one, where we have shared a lot of insights. We have shared a lot of insights about businesses because the focus is always on businesses, always on businesses. We have shared a lot of ideas in the last two webinars, which I would want each and every one of us to also still go back there to watch it, go over it again, the two webinars, and then go over this one again. And I'm very sure you would see more ways on how to grow a brand online. So I've been saying it. If your brand is not online, you are just making the 0.0001% of how much you should have made all this while. All right. So that is that. The webinar. There's another one is going to be the next webinar is going to be holding by December. Another webinar is going to be holding by December, and that webinar try and plan to attend because it's going to be another headway for your business as we head into another year. And so, see you again then. Like I was saying, my name is still Daniel Ajayi, and I am your host. I am, and I was your host for today's webinar. And so please ensure you follow us on our social media handles, like Yamaba Global Limited. Ensure you follow us on all these platforms. You can reach out to us on WhatsApp or your phone. Then you can also message us via email in case you want us to attend to one or two things in the city of Ibadan and also Akure, Nigeria. So thank you so much for joining the webinar this evening. Like I said, this video is going to be available on all our platforms. You were to go over and over and over again. For those, we really commend you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for always coming. Yes, thanks for always coming. You know, from the first webinar we had till now, I'm still seeing some of us here. So thank you for always coming, and there is still a lot to learn. And so thank you so much for joining. See you